I'm Mike Petroselli from the Marshall County Brew Club.
I'm Mike Lushbaugh from the Marshall County Brew Club.
I'm Tom Carbaugh from the Marshall County Brew Club.
And we're getting drunk with buds.
Yeah, drinking just because. Let's get drunk with buds again. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Let's get drunk with buds again. Yeah, we're drinking just because. Let's get drunk with buds again.
Welcome, everybody, to Drunk with Bud, the show about trying new beers with some friends and having some discussions you normally would have at a bar. We always get our beer information from the Untapped app. That's UNTAPPD. And you now can follow the show there at Drunk with Buds. And that banger of a theme song is by Lost Like Lions out of Buffalo, New York.
Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Honer, here at, where are we at?
Yellow River Tap and Eatery.
That's right. We're with Bruce.
That's me,
co-host.
the beer bandit.
Yeah, Tom,
Hey, how's it going?
Mike,
What's up?
and Mike P.
Hey.
What's the P stand for?
Power.
Ah, damn.
And they're from Marshall County Brew Club. And we're going to maybe try some of their stuff.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, for sure.
Better.
Oh.
Have all you want.
Well, when you put the gun down, we're going to have it. Don't worry.
All right, let's get rolling. What we got for the first
All right, what's the
brewski?
first one? Yeah, what are we drinking?
The first one is a Dippa that I made for an upcoming festival, the Junior Achievement thing happening at Four Winds Field next Friday.
Ooh.
I think it needs a little more carbonation, but the flavor's spot on.
All right. What's the ABV?
ABV's about 7.9%.
What's some tasting notes we're supposed to get?
So there should be some citrus, there should be some pine, there should be a little bit of grassiness in there. I used Columbus, Simcoe,
The Explorer?
Centennial, absolutely. He's exploring your taste buds right now.
Ooh.
That guy is dead.
No, we do Indigenous Peoples Day here. And I dry hopped it on Amarillo.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be that guy. But
Like you went down to Texas and...
I don't want to be that guy, but dude, like 3 of those things are like not my favorite things ever in a beer.
Well, the nose is nice.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I just
I'm
get
not
citrus.
I'm not a fan of like the pine. You said dry hopped. Not a fan of that.
Well, that's not true. You've had some dry hop that you like.
I know, but I'm just warning you because those are like in my beers. I'm not a fan of it. But
Everyone has their own taste.
Yeah.
That Revolution Wrestling one, it's double dry hopped. We love that one.
What's that one?
The Revolution Brewing, the one that's the wrestler coming down.
One of the
Oh,
hero
yeah.
beers.
The
Anti-hero beers.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've only had that once though, so I don't know.
We got it right from Revolution when we had it, though, so fresh off the...
Fresh off the tip.
All right, here we go.
All right, so I will say it is citrusy. I do taste that. Taste the pine though. Not a fan, but other than that, it's juicy enough for me where I'm like, I can enjoy it. But I probably wouldn't be another guy like you wouldn't see me again getting this one.
Now, I'm not an IPA drinker for the most part. Like, I find those diamonds in the rough occasionally that make me go, oh, I can't just say no to all IPAs.
Yeah.
So I will say I would order this at a bar if it was available. So though it was surprising for me. I don't mind the pine tickle. I don't think it's super hop, which is what turns me away from IPAs too much when they're too hoppy.
Yeah, they can be a shotgun blast of hops in your mouth. You don't want that.
I will say the mouth feels very light. Almost, I don't want to say it's watery, but like very quick drinking. Like it just flows,
Yeah.
you know.
Sometimes dippas get syrupy. That's when I turn off. I don't like those.
I do get that shock of citrus, and then it fades right into like a pleasant eating of a pine cone. Like I get pine, and it's not a bad pine. I used to with a lot of them I like to say there's a pine tickle. This is a pine smack, you know. So but it's just a quick smack. It's not like it's not putting me to the floor with it. So I'm giving it some points for like being different than I'm normally seeing on there, especially with it being very light bodied that I was not expecting, you know, on there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's drinkable, right? Like I'm willing to try it. It's getting better as I'm drinking a little bit more. I think
It's growing on you.
Yeah,
like
it's
a tumor.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Mike Power,
actually
he
have-
powered through it. He's done.
This is about my lawn mowing time, so that's when it's also beer time. I mean, so
Why's your shirt on then?
Oh, hey,
nobody needs to see that.
well, a couple more of these. Oh,
Hey.
Yeah, just fix the carb on it. That's 10 minutes of work, and you're good to go.
End of next week, it should be ready for prime time.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh hell yeah.
all right. We're gonna move into our first segment. We're gonna find out everything we can about you guys in beer flights. Once my thing goes good, here we go.
Who? What?
When?
Where
Why?
and how? Oh, welcome to Beer Flights. We're gonna find the deep, dark recesses of your brain and soul, and find all everything out there is about you, what your existence is, and why you deserve to be on this plane.
Damn.
The hardest question is always the first one that's left people crying in the corner, going home to their mummies.
Oh yeah, man. We've had calls from lawyers after these.
Yeah, we had to LLC up, protect ourselves.
Damn right.
All right, let's hit them.
All right, you guys ready?
Do it.
Absolutely.
Let's go. I didn't think it was going to get all metaphysical.
Oh, it's going to.
Okay.
We're drinking.
Who are you guys?
Who are you?
We are Marshall County Brew Club. We are Marshall County's only brew club. We've been located in the area since roughly 2012. We've been kind of doing events since I want to say 2014. And I dare say we've become a staple of the local beer event scene.
Well, the way he said that,
Well,
I think he
damn.
was putting on blast any other brew club from coming around.
know, I was
We
like-
are the only.
I know what I heard was
Come at me.
Yeah,
That's a
what I
statement
heard
of fact.
was we're the only ones, so don't even try.
He said in the county, which is technically true.
No, because he threw him out of the county.
He made him move on over.
You're going to Stark. Just go. I don't want to see you here.
This county's not big enough for more than one brew club.
Well, that's just you, and it seems like you're the hive mind. So there's no Mike, at all. It's just your Marshall County Brew Club. So we know who you are. Well, how about Tom and Mr. P, Mr. Power? Who are you?
Yeah, my name's Tom. I'm the secretary treasurer of the club.
So he has two roles.
2 roles. Yep. And I've been brewing since about 2012. I've been brewing beer since about 2014. We're just kicking along.
Yeah, and as other Mike Power, you can tell us apart because he's the president and I'm just the member at large. So
he might be kicked out to Stark County soon? Is that what you're
I
saying?
might, yeah. I member
The
at large.
jury's
I think
out.
that means obnoxious. I don't know.
Watch your words around him.
But yeah, I attended the first couple of meetings of this club when it got started, and then I had small children at the time, and so a lot of demands on my time and money to go elsewhere at the time. So, and then I came back, and so it's been great. I mean, I brewed since before I was married. Usual thing. Started with extracts and all that, and then moved into grains these last few years here. So it's been a again, I haven't been thrown out to Stark County yet, but
There's still time.
They're debating if it's going to be Fulton. I mean, there is a trash heap there, right?
there is right on the border there. You can't miss it.
I don't think you should give them ideas.
I can live in that little barn that they have right there by
Ooh.
the highway.
You can still brew.
I love how you guys have like county facts. Like I don't. That's
Yeah,
why
you're from this
just gonna
county.
learn from
You're
you guys.
from this county.
I know, but you said Fulton. You start naming off like treasures. And
Well, you're not very good at geography,
No, I'm not. So like, I don't even know where Fulton County is.
That's
I know where
south.
Stark.
Well, okay, which direction is it?
That way.
That's not entirely
Stark,
true.
yeah.
There you go. That's it.
Damn, you gotta go that far.
We actually get this question a lot when we're at the festivals, and they say, "Oh, Marshall County, where's that at?" And like we're in South Bend. I'm like, I got a pretty good idea of the surrounding area. Like,
Well,
it's-
if you're in
yeah.
St. Joe County, when you get that question, it would just be pointing south.
you're right. Yeah,
But you
I
gotta
don't
know where South is when you're looking. You know. I don't know.
We actually created a logo with a star where Marshall County is, so that when people ask us where we're from, We just point to our logo and say, there, that star, that's where we're from.
They're from outer space. All right. So, well, you got the what? You guys got together, and made a brew club and all that stuff, and you go around and all those things. But and you gave us a win. But let's give us more of a win, like before you got to the brew club. Like, what's the things that got you home brewing, and then you're like, oh, there's people doing it. Maybe we should link up. So.
Yeah, mine was pretty typical. A couple of my friends were doing it and being rather successful in their own right. And I was like, I want to do this too. And it was a great excuse just to hang out and drink a beer. I don't have a lawn to mow, so I got to do something.
Okay. So are you just a roommate with somebody?
I know. Yeah, I actually live like 1 block away. I'm right downtown here. So.
Oh,
hell yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I got started. It was before I even got married. So right out of college, with just brewing, and the results were exactly what you would have thought they would have been in the mid '90s.
A lot of vomiting.
Oh well, that'll happen no matter how good it is or bad. It's. I did make one that tasted and smelled like. You remember the pizza beer that was all the rage in the news for about 10 minutes in 1997? Well, I made one by accident that tasted like that. It was all I could do to drink all of it. But
so he was just walking around in his basement with a pizza and it just fell into the vat. Like, I did it! Pizza beer!
I wish that was the explanation. I don't know what happened, but so I did that, and then my future in-laws at some point they got me a kit to just kind of bolster everything. They live right down the street from a an orchard and a winery, which also is a brewing and wine.
Just hop the fence and get some
shop.
supplies.
Yeah, you could almost see it from where they lived, and that was over in Porter County, Anderson's Orchard.
Oh, which way's Porter County?
Yeah, give it a try.
I don't know. Just
and a scotch north.
A little bit north.
Scotch north, but mainly west.
Come on,
it's funny that you guys
region.
think I know where north is from here too. I don't know.
But yeah, I did that. It was a classic. You're in an apartment with no air conditioning, and so filling a roughneck tub with ice and water to put the fermenter in to keep it from getting too hot. Stuff like that. It just
You sound like one of my old fraternity brothers. He rented an apartment that water was free, but the heat and electricity was not. So in the wintertime, they would just turn the shower on.
classic.
Full blast, and it would be all humid in their place, but it'd be warm because the hot water would never go out.
Yeah, that's a
and it
classic
didn't
New
charge
York or
them
Boston
anything.
trick. Yeah.
I actually got started around 2012. Tom was one of the friends that I was still kind of talking to after college. I actually lived in Terre Haute for a few years, and he turned me on and said, hey, there's this 1 gallon kit online if you want to learn how to brew stuff. And so I'm like, why not try? And, got the kit, 1 gallon. It was a stout, and it turned out better than I thought it was going to turn out.
Ooh.
And I've just kind of been hooked ever since, trying to make what I consider the perfect beer.
That's kind of like the tagline for Terre Haute, right? Better than I thought it was going to be.
No, it isn't.
Without getting too technical, let's give us the layman's way. How do you brew a home brew? If you don't have all the big vats and stuff like that, like your bigger places do, what's your process?
So there's two basic ways that you can homebrew. One is with extracts, which is it's pre-malted. It's usually a syrup or a dry powder that you put in a vessel, warm it up, and then make the beer from there. The other way to do it is with grain. It's called all grain, and you grind the grain up or get it ground from your local homebrew store. Shout out to Third Horse. And you go from that direction. And then from there, it's just a normal brew making process. There's a variety of ways to do it. We can go very deep or very shallow into that if you like.
If you can make a cake from a box, you can brew a beer.
Well, I can't. I can cook like there is no tomorrow, but I can't bake worth a shit. So
brewing is very similar to baking in that you need temperature control. That's one of the tricks to it, and that's always a hard part, especially if you're home brewing, is controlling temperature, fermentation, and mashing temperature.
And weights, and weighing things, weighing things.
yeah, can't do that. The only temperature control I can do is grill control of the heat. I can do that. That's about it.
Yeah, I guess Tom sometimes calls it cooking water. It's kind of what you're doing. If you like to cook water, and if you like to do dishes, as one of our members often
Home
said.
brewing is doing the dishes.
My least favorite chore.
I like to pretend that I'm making a feast for billions of yeast children, so I've got to make it exactly
Oh,
right for them,
okay.
so that they get a good, nourishing meal.
So how does inspiration strike you? Are you just like, is it a combination of trying other people's things? I'm like, oh, I would like to do some kind of derivative of this. Or is it just like you're walking through a farmer's market, you see some fruit on the ground or like an ingredient, and you're like, you know what? I have an idea.
Yeah, all of the above. In my case, sometimes it's like, well, I want to brew this beer that I drank in college, but I think it could be better. Or, I'm from a big Italian family, so at all the picnics we always had this Italian beer. I'm going to try to duplicate it, or just somebody sold me 5 pounds of raspberries for like $1 a pound, so I'm going to make a raspberry wheat.
Oh, okay.
Or something with it, whatever.
Well, I'm going to throw a gauntlet down right now. My partner doesn't know about this, but I'm 1/4 of Drunk with Buds, and so that pulls some weight, and I control the finances too. So like, but you guys know that we occasionally give medals, right, at the brews and festivals we go to and stuff like that. So I'm going to have a Marshall County contest right now. You're going to tell your other members, but within a couple weeks, I'm going to talk to our guys. We're going to give you guys like 3 or 4 ingredients you can choose from, and then at the Four Winds Field one, the mega event or whatever like that, you guys are always there. Just have a small amount, just 1 bottle for us to taste. When it's not unless you want to sample it for the whole group, that's up to you. But the Marshall County version, the one that we like the most, with using the same ingredients, you guys can do whatever styles you want from those ingredients. We'll get you the medal from the Drunken
Yeah, that
Butts.
sounds good.
Yeah.
We actually have a thing going right now where we did what do we call it, Secret Santa?
Brewing Santa. Or
Everybody
something.
put their favorite style of beer in a bucket, and other members took it out, and they're going to brew that beer for that person.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say what I got, but I got a beer that I never make and I never drink, and I got to make it for a person who drinks it all the time and has a very discerning taste for that specific beer. So the bar is extraordinary.
Ours might be kind of wild. You can do whatever style you're gonna. But we're gonna have 4 or 5 ingredients. You don't have to use them all. You can just use one of them or whatever like that by any combination. But like maybe off the top of my head, you're gonna like, I'm doing a passion fruit ESB. Have fun doing it. Like I would love to try something flavored ESB.
Not a problem.
An
No.
excuse to brew beer sounds great.
Yeah, an excuse to brew. You know what? I think we should call that Sudsy Santa. Because it is
Santa.
brew, Sudsy Santa. But I'm the same as Tom, where I've got something. It's a style I don't normally brew. I don't even normally drink, but the person likes it, and actually introduced me to it. So we'll see how it goes.
That Secret Santa gift thing, we're in the white buffalo. Can't you get the white sudzalo?
Yeah, well, I think we should workshop that time.
Yeah, well, I hate this. I'm trading it for that one.
One of the cool things about that little mini contest we invented for ourselves, we were able to get a generous donation from BSG. They sent us a pallet of brewing ingredients like malts, hops, yeasts. They sent us some oak spirals, some wine kits, some beer kits. And so we're actually going to have Thad from
MBR.
NBR. We're inviting him as a celebrity judge. If you guys would be interested in coming with that, we're thinking August 9th is going to be the day for the tasting on that.
Okay.
So we'd like to have you guys, but again, made possible by a generous grant from BSG.
Actually,
That's
insane amount of stuff. It's stupefying for a small club. They sent us like $600 worth of material. It's
crap.
crazy.
Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
And if you're in another brew club, just contact them and they'll send you the same box.
Just don't be in Marshall County though.
Not in
Yeah,
Marshall County. We'll
contact
come
them
and
if
get
you're-
you.
Yeah, you
Another
either
county.
join or you.
Another state.
Hey,
even,
the river's right there. That's all I'm saying. No threats.
It's yellow for a reason. All right, so
But
before
yeah,
we
do
get-
your worst. Throw me a pile of apples and anchovy paste. And
we'll let you know. There's going to be 4 or 5 things you can choose from. You can use one of the things or whatever to make any kind of style you want, and we're just going to see which one. But we will be open to questions because if you're like Bruce, what's your favorite style? Brew that might help you, right? Like if or you can be bold and try something like if I say I don't like IPAs for the most part, maybe you'll find the one because I've given some 5 stars on IPAs and I never thought I would. So. Like it can be done, and there's at least 2 of us always. Sometimes we have 3. So, and maybe Thad's good friends of us. We like looping Thad in, so we can let him be on there.
When we turn in our beer, can we also say is one of the judges Benjamin Franklin?
No, well, if it's a donation. All right. So before you guys go, you guys know your scheduled events for the next couple weeks and months?
We do.
Yes, we're going to be at JA next weekend for Winsfield.
That's on a Friday, by the way.
Yeah, it
Just
is
so
a
you don't
Friday.
forget, it's a weirdo on a Friday.
We are planning on doing Torn in the Corn in October. We're definitely doing hops and coaster drops in on the weekend after the Labor Day.
So are we.
Freaking
Go
amazing.
go to that. Go to that.
That is
event.
one of the
We
best
have a
times.
joint
So fun.
tent this year with our sponsor, Hop Station. So
Oh, yeah.
we're two tents side by side.
We haven't made a full decision about MFOB this year, but if you guys are there, then we'll probably be there.
Okay.
We have a conflict with Torn in the Corn.
Oh,
It's on the same day this year.
October 20, whatever.
Unfortunately, yes. And we had a great time with them last year, and
Well, at least it's back at the ballpark.
that's true. That's a driver.
Yeah, that's a big
I don't
help.
think anybody liked the big open field.
No.
Honestly, any of those beer festivals that like JA and everything that they have at the Cove is awesome.
I just feel like the making it later in October than it's ever been was like the only question mark I had. I was like, happy it's back to the ballpark. But October 25th, like you're rolling the dice. This is Northern Indiana. It could be 2 feet of snow. It could
It
be
was 70 degrees at Torn in the Corn last year.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
showed
Last
up and
year,
I showed up with a hoodie on. I'm like, I taking this off.
and then MFOB. Even at the Cove, there have been days it's just rained on us the whole
Yep.
time, and then other days, you're in shorts and a t-shirt. The Midwest for you, man.
I know.
All right, so we're gonna go into our drinks. Have you guys the ones who did not brew this? Have you had this one yet? Or
But the dip of the Mike Bean?
Yeah.
I had not tried it yet. No.
I hadn't either.
well,
no.
then you guys can give rankings too.
Okay.
Okay, you have to abstain, Mike, not pee.
I always grade myself down. I'm never really happy with my beer.
So we go this from 0 to 5 by quarters. Say what you like, what you dislike, the tasting notes and things like that, and then give your score.
Okay.
We'll start off with Tom.
Yeah, so like I said, the carbonation needs fixing, but that's easy, so I'm not going to discount the beer for that because it's just an easy fix. I'm going to do that at 4 1/4. That thing was great.
Nice.
I can't wait to taste it when it's propped up.
Yeah, I'd say the same for the carbonation. Again, an easy fix. I'd say 4 1/4. I'm not a huge IPA person. Hops, sometimes IPAs sometimes remind me of hot sauces, where you'll buy a beer that's like, hop destroyer beer. Oh, you aren't man enough for these hops, and it's just like hops for hop's sake. But this is not hops for hop's sake. Mike's actually thinking about flavors and stuff like that. So
I believe they give an award out. Someone gives an award out for the most hoppiest beer in America.
Oh, God.
And it's like a huge crown or something of hops and something like that.
I had a beer from Fremont all the way out in Washington State.
Yeah, yeah.
And on the can it said 1 billion IBU. And I know that's not. It's just a joke, but the fact that they put it on the can, I was like, all
That's
right.
what they were going. They're trying to win that trophy.
yeah, you know what? If I wanted to just go outside and eat grass, I'd mow
It's
the
right
lawn
there.
and go out in the back.
That's what
with
you're
my
already
dog,
doing,
you know?
right? You're going to be doing that. So I think this is firmly in the good. At Drunken Buds, 3 starts good. I'm going to give it a 3.25. I'm giving it a little grace. It could probably make 3.75 with this carbonation, since I haven't had it with the carbonation. Or I don't know how to judge that, but I feel like maybe that might be the thing that's missing. But it grew on me the more and more I had it. So 3.25 for now with a 3.75. It's really hard for me to get into the 4s for great with IPAs, but it can be done, and maybe the carbonation will wow me. So maybe I'll go to the JA and be like, let me see the carbonation.
I'll bring you a full pour.
Oh. How about a secret entrance? Because I didn't buy no tickets yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm that guy. It's a 3 for me. That pine and the hops together is just not my favorite. It was in like the juiciness of it though. I like that, but then the aftertaste is all pine and hoppy for me, and that's not a fan.
This is kind of a green beer, so it's going to age over this week, and I'm sure it's going to improve.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Also, I'm like, if I tasted the final version, I'm sure it's going to be better. But for right now, that pine and hoppy are just
It's
Not friends with me right now.
He still has it.
Understandable.
He still has it in the good. You still have it in the good.
I do. There are beers that I just want to, I actually dump out. So, but this is one that I was like,
We stopped
all right, I
making
finished
those beers. We don't do that anymore.
Oh, okay. Is that part of your 1 million beers?
I'm working my way up. I'll get there.
Are you like McDonald's? You're just gonna just update your shirt all the time?
The Wade Boggs style. Always sunny. You just throw on the shirt.
All right, we're gonna move into our first sponsor. It's the Hop Station.
Looking for a cool craft beer bar? Hop Station Craft Bar has over 30 rotating taps and hundreds of bottles and cans to enjoy. They also do canned purchases for carryout. Not a fan of beer? Well, you're in luck because they have a unique cocktail menu as well. So come enjoy the arcade games, dart boards, and the pool table. Oh, did we forget to mention the food? Whether you want street tacos or delicious pizza, you can't go wrong. With the outdoor patio, it won't be hard for you to find the perfect spot to relax. So head down to Hop Station, the #1 craft beer bar in Indiana. You'll find them on 318 Union Street, Mishawaka, Indiana.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm tricking, I'm running like a chicken. My head is off, man. Now she cutting and licking, and I'm loving it, shit. And I'm jazzing with it, and I'm boom bapping with it like I'm from the 90s. And I'm just running and gunning and just doing that shit, man. I'm just chilling, man. Just tricking like I'm treating on Halloween. And I'm doing what I do, man. Can you see me? I know, I like that part. Free for profit, 90s boom bap chill, jazz, lo-fi type beat, trick by Ramalo on YouTube.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're at Yellow River Tap and Eatery, and we were just having some food. I had the hummus with some pita, and it was pretty fire. I like a good hummus.
For next time,
I didn't
put
know.
stuff on your hummus.
Yeah, I didn't know you can put things in it. I just thought they were just like, here's your hummus. I didn't know that you could add ingredients to it, or I would have. What'd you guys have? I saw some pizzas flying around.
Yeah, we had the pizza with sun-dried tomatoes and some fresh garlic on there, and what I really liked was all the different sauces to dip the crust in.
Yes.
It was
All
great.
homemade.
All homemade, yeah.
Oh.
But my particular favorites was what'd you call it? The sweet fire
Sweet fire
glaze?
glaze,
Yeah,
dude.
the sweet
Oh my
fire
God,
glaze
that
and
is
the
my favorite.
mustard is really, really good as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all pretty tasty, but those were my two favorites.
I agree. I got their barbecue chicken pizza, and then it's always their house barbecue on it. Then I swirl sweet fire glaze all up on it. I have to.
Double down.
I had some of their smoked chicken earlier. It was really great.
Ooh. And you used the beer wall. So how did that go? Explain to our listeners at home.
So with the beer wall here at Yellow River Tap and Table, you link a credit card or a debit card to a swipe, and you swipe one of the beers that you want, and they charge you by the ounce. So I had like a $3 beer because I had like a 6 ounce.
How many are there's? I can't count that.
There's so many times.
Yeah, they number as the stars in heaven. Or
Each
the grains
screen
of
has
sand on
3
the
in there.
No, all I know is
30. That's
I'm
30.
Gen X, and when I see something like that, I think suicide, right? Like a little bit in this one, a little bit in this
Yeah,
one.
beer suicide. That's you can get cancer that way. I've heard.
Oh.
When I was in 3rd grade, that's what everybody
That-
said. Don't mix
You
your
can get
sodas.
cancer from a lot of things. So
I mean, there's places that sell beers as a 2-pull, right? Like you get half and half,
Oh,
like
yeah,
more than
like
just a
a-
black and tan, but like
Like an Admiral, that's like an IPA under. I don't remember. There's a bunch of them. I
Yeah.
remember Granite City up in.
Yeah, I love
Mississauga.
Granite City.
They had like a little table of like 5 or 6 beers that they would pull like that.
And
It was
they- yeah.
kind of neat. Yeah. Mix it up.
I miss them.
And it's fun to try to tease out what is in it just from the name, because the half and half is different from the black and tan, which is different from a blacksmith, but it's all basically the same drink.
And all not as good as a Boilermaker.
or a black and blue. You guys have that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Guinness and Blue Moon. Oh my God.
See, and
that's a good one.
I never knew it was called a Boilermaker. I mean, I graduated from Purdue. Eventually, I learned that it was called that here, but I grew up in New England, and there it's just called a depth charge.
Oh,
And it's
I've had a
because you
depth
literally
charge.
drop the whole shot glass.
True,
in, so
but
it's more like a depth charge.
If you order a depth charge in Indiana, though, at least down in Bloomington, that was a different. It wasn't whiskey. It was what is it? It's kind of like a Rumpelmints or something like that. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
it's a
Jaeger?
peppermint.
That sounds
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was Jaeger or
Oh,
something like that.
Good Lord.
So like that's why it was called a depth charge because you blew up.
Yeah, pretty much. And then And then, of course, the world famous cement mixer, which I've seen people get sick, and that was the first thing they had. I mean, you guys know what that is.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
It's like you get a shot of Bailey's, Irish cream.
Coffee.
Cream is the operative term, and then you get a shot of Jaeger. You kind of put them in your cheeks. Take one, keep it in a cheek, then the other, let them mix, and it turns the Irish cream to cheese.
It
basically,
coagulates
in
your mouth.
It curdles.
It's horrifying.
So
He's like
He's about to-
wrenching and
he's
stuff.
about
That's
It had a mind eraser, or you had to drink it out of a straw because it went straight to your brain. Like it's a mixed drink. It's so powerful, and all of a sudden you get that like ice cream headache, but not an ice cream headache, and then you're just all of a sudden like, because there's so much alcohol, so fast.
Oh yeah, and when ciders first kind of hit the wide market, again, I was in college, and there was one from Vermont, and so I was like that guy, like, oh well, I'm from Vermont, and so this is my drink, and so, but it was cider, and it tasted like cider and everybody's like, well, I'm feeling fine after this, and then until I tried to stand up. And then, there's that scene in Dazed and Confused near the end where they're having the party, and the guy who plays Rip on Yellowstone now,
Yeah.
he kind of stands up in the back of the truck to say something,
And he sits back
opens
down.
his mouth and just kind of sits back down. That was it.
When I hear Vermont, I think of that "Thank You for Smoking" movie, and the William H. Macy's playing the senator from Vermont, and the smoking guy's like, well, Vermont cheese has killed so many people too, and it's like, Vermont cheese has killed nobody, Mr. Runner.
The people of the great state of Vermont will not apologize for their cheese.
Other than that, I mean, you feel so close. If you would have been New Hampshire, then you would have had President Bartlett on West Wing, but like, you were so close to being.
We kind of we go to we march to the beat of our own drummer.
Yeah. Is there a rivalry? Like, really? Like, New Hampshire hates Vermont and Vermont hates New Hampshire?
If it's New England, if we even took the time to think about each other, maybe there would be. The one argument I still hear constantly is which state is upside down.
Oh, okay. My wife's from Connecticut, and she says, for the most part, in New England, is everyone in what's considered New England just hates Massachusetts. That's
Pretty
the
much,
one
yeah.
thing that they agree on.
The maniacs and the Vermonters and the New Hampshires, and they all join forces against the massholes. Yeah, it's kind of.
That's a beautiful thing.
Well, let's move into this first brew. Tom, tell us what we're drinking.
Hey, so this is a real simple APA, American Pale Ale. It's Pilsner malt, and the color comes from a crystal rye that I have a lifetime
Crystal
supply of.
meth?
Crystal rye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, crystallized rye.
I was like, why is it blue?
So it looks a lot like Two Hearted. It's still cloudy. I literally did this yesterday. I finished it up. The showcase for this beer actually is I tried a hop extract for the first time from a company called Abstracts, and this is an Azaka hop extract. It looks like milk in a 4-ounce bottle, and I put like 6 milliliters of that in this to flavor the entire beer. It's crazy. It's super concentrated. I don't know if I got it right, but
Oh, guinea pigs.
yeah. So their dosing profile was like use between 2 and 12 milligrams or milliliters, and I'm like, okay, somewhere in the middle.
I'm not sure I find the terminology of dosing. I'm very happy.
I mean, I lifted some items from the laboratory, just a little pipette, and I'm like 2 drops at a time. And, yeah. So yeah, I think this came out really good. This is going to be a J next week.
You got a name for it?
I call the base beer Serious Spaceman. If anybody's ever played Kerbal Space Program, it's a video game that simulates space travel, but it's a little bit cartoony and kind of fun. And this is named after the protagonist, I guess, if you want to call it that. His name is Jeb Kerman, so this is for Jeb.
Which that totally flew over my head, and my son's like,
I mean,
why
no
did he
one
name his
knows
beer
this. A
after
couple
Kerbal
of people
Space
are be like, yeah, Kerbal Space Program.
Well, first off, it does smell like an American Pale Ale. I'll give it it's got that straight nose as a normal one, so that's good if you're an American Pale Ale fan. Let's find out here if the taste follows suit of the nose.
Should be very light. It's about 38 IBU, or the IPA would be in the 50s probably.
You know what? I'm digging. I'm kind of digging this one.
Yeah, me too. I don't even know any APAs.
We've had a few on the show, and usually they really dive into the hop, especially on the back end. So this one is.
Yeah, if it was more like this style, I think I would look out for APAs. But,
I mean,
I've never.
APA, a Two-Hearted is an APA, although this is more of a session. This is a lighter version.
Good, because I don't like Two Hearted.
That's
and
my
I
favorite
like
beer,
this.
so we're gonna have words later. But
Well, you mentioned
I
before
actually
the
hate
show
Two
that you were
Hearted,
going to throw some controversy in us.
I'm saving that. It's in the back pocket. I'm not revealing my secrets yet.
I'm digging this. I'm not usually an APA fan. We're going to call back to Mr. Power here, but I feel like this is a perfect beer for like lawn mowing. I like it's light. I think it's refreshing enough, and it has that bold flavor that it's it's bold, but it slowly fizzles out. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't vanish.
That's the trick of the hop extracts is that they don't add bitterness to the beer, so you can put a bunch of it in. It's basically like a dry hop without all the mess of a dry hop. It's like a pound of dry hop per half an ounce of this stuff, and I use way less than that, and it's still like it's right in your face, but
Dude,
it doesn't bite you. It's
I don't
just the
know. This
flavor.
is fucking good.
It's got like a little bit of a malt. Does anyone get like a light
Yeah, it
malt
should be
to
really
it? Like
slight.
just like
I mean,
it's
you
there.
should feel glad that we think this is better than a Two-Hearted. If Two-Hearted is your favorite,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, we like sessionable. Okay, if
I do
Two-Hearted was a
too.
little bit more,
I'm gonna be kicking
sessionable,
you
I
to
think-
Fulton County if you bring me a Two Heart.
I drink my body weight in Two-Hearted every couple of weeks. and
So
it's
two-
probably
two
not-
cans?
It's not a great idea.
1 million beers.
I think the Azaka is really good on this. I've not had a whole lot of Azaka beers, but it's got kind of like that je ne sais quoi of kind of convergence of hops and malt in there.
Didn't you hear us before in the
It's
break?
Marshall
No
County, man. Calm.
French, Italian
It's
only.
got that certain I don't know what.
Comment allez-vous?
Yeah, this is a fantastic beer.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the thing that I noticed the most and it goes just from the aroma. It reminded me of like canned peaches, which I absolutely love canned peaches. It's been a favorite dessert since I was a kid, and
I
then
forgot
I
to
can
mention
still taste it.
this
So-
beer is made with the Kveik yeast that we got from BSG. Kveik yeast is like a hot fermentation yeast that can tolerate like room temperatures and higher, so you can ferment in your living room or whatever. And I do essentially because I don't have a lot of
Or
temperature
roommates.
control. Yeah. So I can only really lager in the wintertime, and I like to make lagers, but I can't do it. And this thing just goes nuts. Like, it's done fermenting in a week, and you're good to go. And it came out super clean. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, don't ever stop making this one
All right.
because I like this one.
If
Sessionable
you've
for
been
sure.
to JA or MFOB, you've probably drank the base beer of this before. I like to showcase a hop every time I do it and just pick something and go with it. And this one, I just grabbed Azaka, and I was like, let's see what Azaka tastes like, and that's it.
All right,
I'm
all
a
right.
fan of Azaka now.
Is it Azaka, Razaka, Kezaka?
With an A. A-Z-Z-A-C.
Why did I picture you doing like Azaka, wait,
Kezaka.
like dancing around a fire?
Yeah, okay.
One Z. A-Z-A-C.
Am I like Wilson? We made fire. Wazaka, Azaka, Wazaka.
Yeah.
I'm just a big fan of like the American and Australian/New Zealand style hops rather than European nobles and stuff. So I like these style of beers. So show one off.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, let's show off your knowledge with the next segment. We're going to be fantasy drafting sandwiches here in Top Shelf.
Oh no.
Top Shelf,
Top shelf,
baby. Top Shelf, top shelf.
baby.
Welcome to Top Shelf. We're going to reach up on high and grab those premium bottles and rank things. Oh, wait, we're not ranking. We're stealing. We are playing a fantasy draft. Fantasy.
Hey, whoa.
I'm already eating sandwiches. We're fantasy drafting sandwiches. Just to be clear, for all those listening, even though we've already spoken this, a hot dog is not a sandwich. A taco is not a sandwich. A burger is not a sandwich. I will be the judge of this. And my rule says all. We're going to be doing a fantasy snake draft. Raise your hand if you know what that means. All right, it's just okay. If your first pick, it goes to last pick, then last pick goes again, and goes back
Wait,
around
hold
like
on.
that.
If you're the judge, does that mean you're playing or you're
I
not?
am playing.
Well, that's stupid. How's that fair, right, guys?
And now he's last pick. Okay. Oh, the judge gabbles. All right. All right, so Thomas, you got number one.
I do. and I've been holding this one. I told
Oh,
you.
he's been holding a sandwich.
Yes. I heard about this. I got really excited. I'm gonna go.
Whoa!
I'm gonna go with the
A beef and cheddar.
The Eero sandwich.
Ooh.
It is now. I would like to say, in my defense, that when I get these from our local Eero place, it is listed on the menu as Eero sandwich.
So you're talking about the
On a pita.
yeah.
Yep. With the,
You know what? The judge is going to rule it as yes. I've seen it multiple times saying as a sandwich. You never see a taco laid as a sandwich on a board. So
But one could also argue that literally it's the same fucking thing.
that's
If
why
you got a pita, that it doesn't even wrap all the way around.
I didn't want anybody to percolate
And
on
then
this
a
too long. I
taco.
needed a gut. Just
You
a
know, the
gut full.
taco doesn't wrap away. You know, sometimes they wrap around burritos. That sandwich too now?
nope. Sorry. A burrito's not a sandwich either.
I fucking hate
That's,
this.
somebody would call that a wrap. And then
Mike-
you'd have to punch them.
And it was when I said burrito, I knew I fucked up. I meant just the taco, and then I just
Yeah,
kept going.
you
I just kept
double
going.
down.
What if you cut the sides of the burrito off and it was just the shell? You can is that now it says it transformed?
No. Not- a
Cut it the
quesadilla. A
long
quesadilla
way.
is not a sandwich either.
Uh-oh, what's he got?
Okay, I've been also been percolating on this one for a little bit.
Ooh. We're using percolate and double down.
I'm going to go with a horseshoe.
A horseshoe. Oh, let's explain more. That's not
So
even on my list. So
It is a regional sandwich from the Springfield, Illinois region. It's an open-faced sandwich. It's bread, choice of meat, and then just an insane amount of toppings. Like this is a 4-meal sandwich that we're looking at. So I'm going with the horseshoe.
okay, it reminds me of like there's an open face sandwich that has the mashed potatoes and gravy all over and stuff like that.
Turkey Manhattan.
Yeah. All right, power, Mike, power.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start off maybe a little exotic, but not very exotic. But I'm gonna go with a breakfast sandwich.
Okay, all
And-
right.
And it's a sandwich that you get in Hong Kong,
Oh, you're getting the
and you beat flour into some egg. It's a scrambled egg sandwich, but it's on white bread and it's topped with a fried piece of spam.
okay.
I'm spam and egg.
I'm just gonna put breakfast sandwich so no one else can take any other kinds of breakfast sandwich. But you're saying specifics. That's fine. You can take that specific one. But you're taking all breakfast sandwiches off the. So your McGriddles. Sorry, it's a breakfast sandwich.
Wow.
That doesn't count, man. That's
Okay, I'm just joking.
It's like leftover pancakes that we.
A McGriddle is a quesadilla.
It's like a gyro sandwich.
All right, it's my turn. I think I'm going to take the first, what I would consider a normal sandwich. I'm surprised it's lasted this long, especially with people from the New England here. But I'm going to take a pastrami on rye, hot pastrami. I'm going to leave Reuben on the table. They're two separate sandwiches.
New England people. That's a New York sandwich, man. That's for Yankees fans.
That's still in New England. I'm sorry. You might not like that New York is in New England, but there it is. I'm not,
What's next? Manhattan clam chowder is actually clam chowder?
no,
Is that
no,
the next thing?
no.
Soup trap?
I don't. Manhattan, the tomato one can go out. I'm sorry.
All right, now that it's finally my turn.
And you get two in a row here, buddy.
Shit. I'm
That's
gonna
not a
say.
sandwich.
Well,
You've
wait.
never seen mine.
You haven't seen a shit sandwich before?
Shit sandwich? Yeah, so I'm gonna say spicy Italian nightclub.
The
From
Jimmy
Jimmy
John's.
John's.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's my favorite.
That's my
frickin'
GT,
sandwich.
my go-to.
Yeah, my GT too.
Yeah.
I love that one so much.
Spicy what?
Oh my god. What'd I say? Italian nightclub.
Italian nightclub, yeah. That is a good one. I missed the Frenchie that they had there.
Oh,
You can't get
yeah.
anymore, but that's of the sandwiches they still have, that's a good one.
Most of the sandwiches I eat are just it's straight up just Jimmy John's. So it's might be
you could
all
do
my
worse.
five. It might just be all my five.
I'm a big Jimmy John's fan. It's hard to.
See, hot take. I think Jimmy John's needs to put more meat and shit on that. I think they overcharge.
It has gotten a little pricey.
Hey,
Most things-
the only good sandwich there because of the cost ratio is the gargantuan. I feel like it's the only one
yeah.
that puts the right amount of what you're
yeah.
supposed to have for the price.
Well, puts everything on there. So
Yeah, so
okay. So then next sandwich, are we? You know what, man?
I don't know what.
I'm gonna say I'm just like I said. I just eat sandwiches from stores, so I'm just gonna say what chicken bacon ranch from freaking Subway
Okay.
with honey mustard on.
Ranch and honey mustard.
Not the ranch, but the honey mustard.
Oh,
instead.
okay.
Yeah.
Modern day Caligula over here.
Whoa.
I was just gonna say
Getting
that.
sauced up.
All right. My next one, I'm going to take French dip. A good French dip.
That's
It's pretty fire. You get it's never dry, right? Because you got the dip. The dip that au jus in there.
Gross.
Gross. All right, Mike
All right.
Power.
Well, let's, I gotta say, can I get a little existential?
Okay.
Like a sandwich that is still a sandwich, but it's not necessarily always the same.
the judge.
So you're the judge. So
You gotta bribe him or something.
okay, yeah.
Maybe.
Would Ben Franklin like this sandwich? No, but up in South Bend, Oh Mama's Delicatessen. They used to do this thing when they were at the South Bend Farmers Market. I think they still do it occasionally at their store now. 15, 20 years ago, you'd go there, and at lunchtime, they would showcase whatever deli meat, different ones, prosciutto, salami, mortadella, whatever. And they'd have these little small, like, ciabatta rolls. And
Okay.
they would put whatever the meat of the day for like $2. It was a couple of slices of meat, slice of cheese.
All right, so you just
So
want to
Italian lunch sandwich.
Italian lunch.
from Omama's.
Oh,
you know,
Omama.
it's
That's like a cost-benefit analysis sandwich, right?
exactly.
I can't wait till I have to go on the internet and find a picture of a sandwich of the week.
But it was a
From
little,
20 years ago.
I mean, they have like full-on sandwiches. But
Is
but
that
they used
still a
to have
thing?
It was
Omama's?
what's that? Omama's?
Is
Yeah,
that still a
they're-
place?
They're right there on Mishawaka Avenue, over by the farmers market in Bambers.
Oh, that's
Super
like,
right there.
yeah,
It's right over there.
I had no idea that was a place.
It was before that.
he
It
gets
was
a
like
sponsorship
a
personally.
muffler place or something.
Yeah, they got
that had that
the
sculpture. of
they
making
got the
muffler.
wood they have the wood sculptures right there, and they have they do paninis and stuff there.
Yep.
I go there occasionally. Yeah, they're not bad.
The little, like, the cost benefit analysis, the lost leader sandwich, I guess. It's like, here, have this for the just try a little taste. You'll be back.
I don't think anyone at this table denies that it was probably really good, but I also believe that no one at this table has even thought about even taking that sandwich.
It was gonna be my next one.
Mike, you're definitely. Did he steal your sandwich?
No, I was gonna go with just a pork tenderloin.
Oh, Indiana, like
Indiana
the big,
sandwich,
the
yeah.
giant. Yeah.
I judge all diners on whether they have one and how the quality of it.
Have you tried that giant one that we have in the area? It's some random
One-Eyed
diner.
Jack's.
That's
I
in
think so,
Winnemac,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's actually kind of famous, like on
Yeah,
Winnemac.
that's internet famous.
If you're curious, Opie's does that on Tuesdays. They do a pan fry. It's very good. It's not the humongous one, but it's in a pan.
One's
and
not a puck.
When,
yeah, but the quality is higher. The giganticness of the sandwich is lower.
when I lived in Bloomington, there was a place that was no bigger than maybe this table, and there was a line, and all they made was pork tenderloin sandwiches, and it was in downtown. The place used to be across from a factory that no longer was a factory anymore. So that's probably where they got all the lunches, And so there's one guy, he just frying up, and people would still just go to it all the time. Giant pork tenderloins.
There's a place in Columbus.
You in Columbus?
It's Edinburgh. It's in Edinburgh.
Sorry, Edinburgh.
Oh,
Sorry.
It's
okay.
on what is that? It's not 95. It's 65.
31.
31.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's 31.
It's off of 31.
It's the Edinburgh Diner.
Yeah,
That one's
they're-
like
They're internet famous. Like their sandwiches are the size and shape of deep fried treasure maps.
Oh, wow.
The Goonies.
Yeah.
So is it
exactly.
does it get like 4 buns?
They actually do serve it with like multiple buns if you want to get it there. It's ridiculous.
That's so wild.
All right, Tom, you got 2 in the row
I
here.
I got him.
Oh, he's
I'm
got
going
him.
bear mode here.
Bear,
We're doing the Italian
fish,
beef.
Italian beef.
Yep, with the jardinara.
I mean, I dipped.
I think about
Is it dipped?
Absolutely.
It's got to be.
Dunk it.
Gotta have it dipped. Yeah.
I want to have to change my shirt when I'm done with that sandwich.
He wants it soaked.
I want to.
That's double dipped.
Hey, oh.
Hey,
Family restaurant.
And what's your next one, my friend?
Same vein, we're going Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, I'm surprised it's not been taken.
So does he take that off everywhere, right?
Yep.
Fucker.
All right. Anyone complaining? Did that come off anyone's list?
Yeah, mine now.
Oh.
I was thinking about Jersey Mike's.
Swiper, no swiping.
I love theirs so much.
Oh yeah, with the and Jersey Mike's, they're the only place around. They have that cherry pepper relish that I have not had except there outside of the Northeast. It's just.
That's kind of like.
I wish they sold jars of it because I'd buy it.
All right, Mike. What you got?
Okay, you're probably going to call me on this, but I'm going to go with a patty melt.
That's great. That's a sandwich?
Like a
Because
Frisco melt.
it's a hamburger, but it's on toasted bread. I think that's a loophole.
It is. It's a
You're
sandwich.
not the judge
Can I ask for justification on why a hamburger is not a sandwich?
because it's a hamburger.
Okay.
But it was when it was introduced at
But
the
a
World's
patty
Fair, it
melt
was
is
called
not
a
a
hamburger
It's
sandwich.
that's like.
So I think he's talking about the bread.
That's
the
like
reason
saying
why.
I feel like it's transcended sandwiches
Okay,
now.
okay.
Okay.
Valid.
So
But that didn't. I think that's a sandwich because it is on sandwich bread.
okay, I'm gonna give it to you on this provocation only. It's still a patty melt is not. It's a diner food, like a diner sandwich. Not like you're not going and getting a patty melt from like a high class restaurant. You can still get burgers from a high class restaurant, right? Like so, you're not getting a patty melt. So I'm going to give it to you.
Thank you for giving it to
Man,
me.
I really like
Phrasing?
I really like seeing him give it to you.
Wow. I always knew that you were standing in the corner, Mr. Power.
All right, so I'm gonna stay in the melt lane. I'm gonna say a tuna melt.
You can go
Yeah, you can have
right to Fulton County. Right to Fulton County. Get that tuna and mayo, of all things, out of here.
Tuna melt.
Oh man, tuna salad is great, but then
No, it's not.
when you melt cheese on something.
Man, I was worried about you at the beginning that you're going to take some of my sandwiches, but you took two that nobody even.
Well, you
Yeah.
say that.
Breakfast sandwich. He's skirting his draft on one sandwich right now, the breakfast
This
sandwich.
man is the actual cook in the area.
Is he
He's
cooking?
gonna-
Because it sounds like he's just mixing bad
but
food
what
together.
I'm saying is, just like anybody who focuses too much on one thing, you're gonna have some flyers.
You're gonna have some weird stuff.
I'm scared for his beer. What weird stuff you mixing in that?
You know what? That's funny is you make the most like center of the road cream ales and lagers
base
and stuff.
beers,
Like
yeah,
he's
it's
not
just-
making the passion fruit pineapple double IPAs.
Not much. No, I'm the marketing guy. So I'm a marketing guy. So everything's a stunt or a crowd pleaser.
I get that. Oh, yeah. Tuna melt for sure.
Tuna melt.
Okay, let's
what's for
see.
lunch.
You know, I'm going to throw a curveball here. I got the idea for this because I saw someone doing something similar to this, and it was just they were asking, it was like a regular interview thing, and they asked him, what's your favorite this, and then they said, what's your favorite sandwich? And it was an actor, and he said it, and he was like, it's right in the name, you can't deny it. And I'm like, you know what? He's kind of right, and now we're doing this, I'm putting it in there. Ice cream. I'll take an ice cream
Oh
sandwich.
my god!
Oh, a burger's not a.
Technically
I know,
correct.
right? Yeah.
The best kind of.
It's right in the name, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna say like
Is
a
it burger sandwich? No, it's not.
I thought he was gonna say burger and just give it to him because he's a judge.
He held it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
So
fine.
wait, does that mean like a big bopper is a sandwich, the one with 2 cookies with the ice cream? I mean, I guess that's also an ice cream sandwich.
Sure. But yeah,
You're talking about the classic.
classic ice cream
Yeah.
sandwich.
No, that's a good one.
The Neapolitan one's good though.
Yep, it's so good.
How many do I got? 2.
You got 2 in a row here. Those are the last 2, my friend.
Okay. Shoot.
Oh,
You know what?
shoot.
Fine, I'll say it. Just because I've been eating them lately and they're freaking fire. Salmon sandwich.
Okay.
Salmon mixed with mayonnaise and put some cheese
But
on that.
tuna
bitch,
is
dude.
a bridge too far,
I
but the
know.
salmon's okay.
He's the one that took me there, though.
Okay.
He took me there because I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I have been eating those lately, and those are fire.
You're not Bruce. You're not sending him to Fulton County.
I am. I just not as.
Salmon is a
He's
yeah.
going.
got the Uber.
He's going just to Southern Marshall.
Where's the-
You're making it all the way to
Oh,
Fulton.
What's the
Okay.
Fulton County Uber look like? I'm not gonna make enemies. Sorry, no, that's fine.
It's
I'm not
it's
making
one of those Red Rider pull wagons, and you just push it down a hill.
Fulton County Brew Club's coming at us now.
Ooh. He's in that shed. Remember?
I'm in that shed, just guarding the borders of Marshall County from other brew clubs.
Now you got your last sandwich here. It's 2 in a row for you.
Oh shoot! Oh man.
There's some big ones that have not been. I mean,
I know, but I have my sandwiches and I just go for those, and I'm basically out of them already.
I think you're not. I just think you're not thinking.
Is chicken Philly cheesesteak taken then?
It's a different meat. I'll give it to you.
Okay, chicken Philly cheesesteak.
Hey, come on.
That's fair, though. I mean, you can swap
I
tuna
didn't
for
say
salmon.
beef Philly cheesesteak, so
That's what you meant, though.
yeah. I actually had chicken Philly cheesesteaks that are pretty good.
Yeah, well, you can't
Wings
have
makes them. Wings, etc. They
Yeah.
make a pretty good. I mean,
Charlie's cheesesteaks, bro, at the mall. Those are amazing.
I don't get to the mall very often.
Dude, I know. I don't like to.
That's in
My
St.
wife
Joe
hates it.
County.
That's a St. Joe
Oh,
thing.
sorry.
All right, I got my last one here, and I feel like I have so many to choose from because some weird picks going on here. I'm like, you got the classic peanut butter and jelly. We got a grilled cheese hasn't been mentioned. You got some wild things going there, but I'm gonna go like I never thought I would like this sandwich until I had it, and now when I see someone have it, I want to try their version of it. A Monte Cristo.
Yes.
Take a sandwich and dress it up like a donut and then deep fry it? Okay. You got me.
You could deep fry anything.
That raspberry sometimes or strawberry jam that just runs through the middle of it too. Oh, I mean, Monte Cristo.
That's a good sandwich. That's the one from Shrek.
That's what he judges. That's what he judges his sandwiches on. If they make it into Shrek movie, the sandwich is in the Shrek. All right, what you got here, Mike P?
All right, so yeah, like you said, there's so many that you could do. My daughter always liked a croque monsieur, mainly because it translates to Mr. Crunchy, which is it's a ham and cheese sandwich and all that, and there's weird stuff like the peanut butter and pickle, but I'm going to go with an old favorite, especially since I like to garden. I grow tomatoes. I'm going with the BLT.
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 Damn.
Toast, mayonnaise, lots of tomatoes in the mayonnaise. Bacon.
Well,
That's perfect.
And
It's-
iceberg lettuce. I don't care what anybody says. Catch these lettuce hands. Iceberg lettuce is awesome.
Well, I mean, if you get it nice and you eat chilled, so it's crunchy, that gives you a nice dynamic on
A
there.
little sweet, nice and watery. Yeah.
Way to redeem yourself because you have two sandwiches in the middle that no one even knows about. And so you got a breakfast sandwich and then you got that one, BLT. So, all right, Mike.
All right, so I actually make my own homemade version of this, an Italian hot link sandwich.
Italian hot link.
sausage.
Okay.
Italian sausage, like
All right.
the bun. You got the peppers and onions.
So you're slicing it, right? Like, so it's not the sausage round like a hot dog or a brat.
No, not at all.
Wait, he said a bun.
There's a bun. It's kind
Does
of
that
loose.
count?
You can
Yes.
right up loose.
You made it sound like buns don't count.
Yeah, like a hoagie roll.
Yes.
Sausage, peppers.
Like an Italian
onions.
beef would be on.
Yeah, only sausage and meat
Hell
instead
yeah.
of the Italian.
Well, I thought his whole thing was, we can't have buns.
No.
But I'm thinking of this bun, so I'm like,
He was thinking hot dog.
No, it was very clear to say. It's
Yeah,
not a hot
clear.
dog.
You weren't listening.
Clearly saying.
sometimes I don't listen. That's the problem.
That reminds me of like the old Chicago from, which is Italian beef, and then they put an Italian sausage in the middle of it,
Yes.
and then they dunk it.
Portillo's does that.
Yes.
Portillo's?
It's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah. Portillo's, McCree's used to carry that as well.
Yeah, that's a killer.
All right, last one, Tom.
I am so far ahead.
No, you're not.
I'm mogging.
I'm like you're far ahead of your friends.
Victory lap, egg salad sandwich.
Oh no, you're out.
Oh, he's done.
I don't care. It's a victory lap.
Bruce, you don't like those salad sandwiches, do you? Tuna salad, egg salad.
Don't you get
salad.
it? The things that they put with the egg were removed. I probably like it. It's like those. My dad used to like the ham salad. He would get it and then plop it on some white bread. I'm like, man, this is gross. Fucking.
I love
looking.
eggs. I'm sorry.
I'm like,
Hey, the
what
ham
did you
salad
do to that ham? Like, what?
Well, we ate as much as we could after Easter, and we still got some left. It's going to go bad.
So they're gonna grind it up
Yes.
with some mayo and some eggs and.
Not too big into the paste foods. Like, ham salad.
If it can come out of a tube, you're not supposed to eat it.
Exactly.
I feel like there's only like 2 of you guys are right out the door. So I think it's just the 3 of us in a competition here.
Wow, how yeah.
Oh dang, I'm in still.
The 2 hosts.
It's a rebuilding year.
But it's not up to us. Remember, we're going to be posting this, and you guys will share it across your social medias, and it's up to the people voting on which ones you like the most.
Genius is seldom appreciated in its own lifetime.
Wow.
Well, it might take a couple more lifetimes.
Hey, as long as I make myself happy with my sandwiches. Really, I'm not here to win. I'm here to make friends and eat sandwiches.
Okay. Well, speaking of genius of this lifetime, let's talk about this beer, Tom. We're going to rank it.
Oh yeah, great.
All right, so Honer's going to lead us off this time. We'll go around the table this way this time. And what'd you think about this beer, and what are you ranking it?
Yeah, so I actually really enjoyed this one. I wish I had a little bit more, dude, because I would chug the shit out of it right now.
Oh, you heard everyone. He's got to chug it now.
Ask and you shall receive. Too bad you're not judging the sandwiches.
Well, actually, what I really want. Let's say.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
This is fantastic. I'm going to give it a 4.
Woo!
4.2.
Oh, 5?
No. I really like it.
We do
though.
it by quarters, my friend. So it's either 4 or 4.
I said 4.25.
Okay.
Damn, listen.
I said, whatever. All right. I'm giving you the 4.25 as well. Surprising. Like I said, I don't really like American Pale Ales that often because they usually tend into that pale ale, as I put it. It's great, almost boat beer, like really on the level of that.
I
like
could literally go
Just
outside.
a little.
I
It's
could go on
5.5.
that
I think
patio
it's
right
5.5.
now.
it's porch beer.
Yeah.
It's porch beer.
I'm going to take this out to the patio and drink it. I'm going to tell you it's going to get a 5.
It's very easy to drink. Nothing is too. There's nothing's over the top on flavor. Like it's just a good flavor all the way through, and it stays consistent from when I was drinking it in the beginning of this segment to when I finished at the end of this segment. All right, Tom.
All right, let's see. So, like I said, I agree. It's like 4, Tom, like max power, whatever.
Max power.
Max power. I would go with 4.25, but since this is my rating and I can just do what I want, I'm going to say 4.5 because like I said, I love peaches.
Rep the set.
And I smelled the peaches. I tasted peaches. Maybe nobody else does.
I don't.
It tasted like
and I love
to
peaches.
me, and I loved it. So
Now you sound like you're singing a song from the President of the United States of America.
So, yeah, I was having a little trouble identifying that flavor, but when you said canned peaches, like absolutely. I'm also going to go the 4.5 on this.
Whoop,
It's
whoop.
just another line in the awesome beers that Tom usually makes.
to be clear, canned peaches in juice, not heavy syrup.
Okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
juices. He's getting technical, just like those weird sandwiches. Peach sandwich? Did you get one of those?
Sandwich with mayonnaise.
I mean, I've fried some peaches before. I mean, I've grilled peaches. So
I mean,
Yeah,
sure.
I've grilled them with maple syrup, some raisins, and some nuts.
raisins.
Wrap
What is
them
he
up.
doing?
I told you.
As he keeps going, he just
told you.
adds like, when you make your recipe, cut 5, right? Like, and then you're gonna be right in the wheelhouse or something. All right, you can't rank your own, so thank you for having it.
Yeah, great. I'm glad it came out the way it did. This was a bit of a weirdo with that hop extract stuff, and I'm happy it came out.
So we're gonna move into our next sponsor. It's Niles Brewing Company.
Do you want to find a hidden gem in the Midwest craft beer scene? If so, your search is over. The Niles Brewing Company is a nano brewery that produces some of the finest craft beer in the Midwest, with several award-winning brews and more to come, thanks to the expertise of master brewer Brandon Townsley. Be sure to check Facebook and Instagram for updates on upcoming events. On Sundays, you can enjoy a delectable brunch collaborated with Jim's Smokin' Cafe from noon to 2 p.m., accompanied by mimosa and Bloody Mary flight specials all day long. The brewery is located in Niles, Michigan, which features a social district downtown where patrons can enjoy their drinks outside on the sidewalk of Niles. For those seeking exceptional food, outstanding beers, and events that offer great company and entertainment, Niles Brewing Company is located at 206 East Main Street, Niles, Michigan, 49120. It is the ideal destination.
Yeah, I'm loaded at the sauce and I am saucing all over like I am some barbecue. And boy, you got all of it on you, yeah, I'm chilling with my dudes, man, we chilling in this room. Now we doing what we do, and I'm loaded with the sauce. Call me Mr. Sauce, man, I got saucy fingers, I got sticky fingers. I'm coming and I'm taking all your ringers. I don't give a motherfuck. You can keep on running muck. Yeah, cause I'm loaded up with that sauce. Freestyle type beat loaded with sauce, trap instrumental 2020. Ray something on YouTube.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We are here with the Marshall County Brew Club. We got Mike and Tom.
Mike, Tom.
We're
And
back.
we're at the Yellow River Tap and Eatery.
Yeah.
Someone said table earlier. That's not right.
That's Vinyl Tap and Table.
Yeah, that's right.
One of our other sponsors.
We just had some brews from them on their beer wall. Self pour, put your card up there, buy by the ounce. They got so many. It's so great.
Couldn't
Come
even
down.
tell you what I got.
I
forgot.
underestimated the variety over there.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there's not just 30 beers. There's good stuff over there. They're repping Two Toms. If you like Two Toms,
Yeah, Two
I
Toms.
love
Woo,
Two Toms.
woo, Two Toms.
I might have hooked them up, so it's whatever.
I'm one of the Toms.
Yeah.
No,
No,
just
you're
kidding.
not. You're not. We've been there multiple times.
He's the third Tom.
Yeah, 3 times.
The one that
Silent
nobody
Tom.
wants to know.
All right, so we're gonna go into the first brew here.
Yeah, the first
from Mr.
brew.
Power. What we got?
Well, we've got a stout I
Yep.
not too long ago here. And do you any of you guys remember an Australian stout called Sheaf Stout?
No.
Okay. Even people who remember it really don't remember what it tasted like, so I figured I was pretty safe ground to just say. So. But if you that was what we drank in college, like, oh, you're drinking Bud Light or
So you weren't drinking
Black
Foster,
Label.
Fosters?
Oh, you're not drinking Foster.
He doesn't know what Black Label is.
Oh, Carling Black Label. That was one of my college beers. It was great. It was one of my dad. My
The
dad was the
cheapest beer.
king of cheap beers. Like, he went from Black Label to Schaefer. He finally settled on Old Milwaukee and Genesee Cream Ale as his two
The Beast.
beers.
We called that the Beast back in
The
the
family curse.
The Beast, and then Jenny Cream, Screamers, and I still love Jenny Cream because that was the sip at a picnic beer.
He didn't migrate to Keystone when it came in.
No. He was already set in the Old Milwaukee, and it's the best beer for the price. And even if it's not good, it's still a great price. So yeah, if you were going to be fancy, it's like, oh, I'm drinking Sheaf Stout, and you're drinking that. So, but after a couple of them, you'd always call it. It's kind of hard to say Sheaf Stout, and it'd be this is Sheep Snout, and so I call it Sheep Snout.
I thought you were trying to say it transitioned to cheap stout.
Cheap Stout? No, I don't know. Maybe it was cheapish. I know you've expressed, Honer. You've just expressed your
Hey, you know what? Maybe yours
distaste
is the
for
best. I don't
stouts.
know.
It's still a
Yeah,
stout. So
And I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were trying to say Chief Stout, but I don't
Chief
know.
Stout? No, sheaf is in a
Sheaf.
sheaf of wheat.
Okay, I'm learning a lot today with
Nice.
you boomers.
That looks good.
I'm loving the head.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Family restaurant.
Sorry, that's just terrible.
Whoa, they're not hearing what we're
Yeah,
saying.
they can't hear us. They can't hear us.
Right to Chan.
Straight to jail.
I'm scared.
Oh my god, it smells amazing.
It does
Did you put
smell
a
so
spice
good.
in that?
I did not.
It smells like cinnamon.
Oh, and I fucking hate cinnamon.
I mean,
But
not
there's
a lot.
no cinnamon. I think
No,
he said there's no
You're gonna love
cinnamon.
this beer, just accept it.
Okay, it's not the worst one I've tasted in my life. I like it.
Okay,
Oh,
this is where we're at.
I can tell you it's only about 6% alcohol, so it's,
Okay.
I mean, too much of it will put you on your ass.
Slightly
but-
roasty.
I'm trying to make it 7 next time. Thanks.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
man.
I'll get to work on that. No, it's
It's supposed to be a stout.
but it's mostly Maris Otter, but there's chocolate malt, Crystal 40, Crystal 80, roasted barley, and black malt, and a little bit of East Kent Goldings hops, but not a lot. So
All right, you guys. We've had this debate on the show a lot, and we have a firm standing. This screams to me porter more than stout.
well,
It's a body situation.
It's only a month old, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fine distinction there. I'm not sure.
I think both of them are great. It just, when someone says stout, I feel like I want a little bit more body.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree. Like I said, this was a mass market.
I mean,
beer.
a Guinness
So-
is a stout, obviously.
But I actually think it's more of a porter.
I know, that's what I'm saying. The line is
Like,
wiggles around.
I
a little bit on
love
there.
Guinness. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Guinness in Ireland is a stout.
Okay.
And I have proof of that because you can put a spoon into it and it doesn't drift.
But Guinness is only 4% alcohol. Most people don't know that.
Yeah, it's
Well,
very
not
light.
most people. Probably most people do know that, but when you hear Guinness is strong, it's only 4%.
No, it's
and
just-
it's got a nice body to it.
It's just because it's dark, so people are like, "Oh, it's
Yeah,
very
it's-
heavy."
yeah.
I love when they say it's a meal in a bottle. I'm like, what are you drinking? 'Cause
It's
that's
lighter
not,
than a Dippa or
you
even
can
a-
chug a Guinness.
Unless it's from the stout region of England, it's just a sparkling porter.
Yeah, well, and of course, as you may or may not know, like less than a year ago, the New York Times did this story about they discovered this new beer called Guinness that all the young people are drinking now. It's like once a staple of old men in obscure bars, and I'm like, what?
It never really went away.
What are you talking about?
I get scared younger drinkers off because it's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
I can see
reminds
that.
me of Guinness in the fact that it's got a lighter body. It's a little dry like Guinness is.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference between the Guinness and this, and I'm enjoying this, is that I get a little bit of the dark chocolate note. Not a lot. I don't think he's not a big dark chocolate guy, so I don't think he would be afraid of this. I think it's just like a kiss. Just a kiss of it, and it's very smooth. It's roasty without being too roasty.
That. I mean,
yeah,
thing could just go
and it's thin, but not thin in a bad way. Like it's just easy. Like it doesn't get that body yet on there.
yeah.
But he poured mine differently than all of yours, and I got a little bit ahead, and I'm getting a little bit of a cream because of it, which I really like.
Wow, why don't you give me head, dude?
I know you better now. Maybe
Word.
try again.
It
It happens to a lot of
You
Second
are
time's always better.
you are a millennial. That might be a crime.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I'm a millennial.
I have nothing but love for the millennials because they're the ones fighting the boomers on the behalf of Gen X.
Yeah, because
Let them
no
fight.
one wants to involve us. Like you don't want to wake us up because we don't play.
Absolutely. Gen X, we just let us sit on the sidelines, watch the world burn. But millennials and Z, I love all of you.
Yep. But they should know better to incite a riot because then you don't know what you're going to get.
I love that you didn't use any roasted barley in this. I think that black malt and black prince are much better darkening malts because you can get way overboard.
That would have
roastiness.
knocked it over a little bit, in my opinion.
Roasted barley to me just tastes too burnt. Yeah, it's like toast.
You need a big body to knock that.
Roasted barley deserves to be in a barley and beef soup.
Yes.
Is that a shot? Are you making fun of my sandwiches again?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
I will.
All right, so I'm actually not mad at this one. I like it. It's pretty good. But
That's
yeah,
saying something. He's not a
Yeah.
stouty guy.
I'm not a dark chocolate guy either, or stout or whatever. But yeah, it's drinkable to me, man. So I mean, I could feel like if let's say someone in here was like, I don't like stouts, I'd be like, well, maybe this could ease you a little bit into like a lighter stout. Then they'd be like, Guinness is also like this, and then then they'd be like a huge fan of stouts after
Yeah,
that.
and then 3 months later, they'll drink nothing but stouts.
I think
It's like-
microbreweries have poisoned the idea of stouts to a degree because everybody's making these pastry stouts and these overly sweet things and
Yeah.
gigantic monsters.
They're making diabetes.
Yeah, it's just
Hey,
Marshmallow, caramel, peanuts.
stop it. I like them all. I like the non-pastry ones and the...
I do like the pastry stouts.
I'm not knocking
But
it. I'm just saying they blurred it out.
No,
to
absolutely.
A point
Yeah,
where-
here's ever wonder if a mudslide would be 20% alcohol or Death by Chocolate Cake would be 20% alcohol? Now's your chance.
And Mike, what I love about your beers is they are the beer equivalent of that meme where if your beer tastes like this, you're going to die in that bar. Right, if your bass player looks like this, you're going to die in that pit. Your beers are-
Yeah,
if
he's
they
wearing
taste
like a polo
this, you're gonna
shirt.
die there. Yeah.
All right, so speaking of dying in bars, let's hit the next segment, Dive Bar Reviews.
Oh, shit, hit it. Dive bar review, dive bar review, dive bar review. 1 star 2, 3 star 4, maybe a couple of 5s. Dive bar review, dive bar review, dive bar review. Dive bar reviews is where I read 1 through 5 star reviews for dive bars I'll probably never visit. All right, Let's do this thing. Today we're digitally visiting Yolanda's Bar and Grill in Plymouth, Indiana.
Oh, Yolanda.
You ever been to Yolanda's?
It's right there.
Oh, no.
I've been there. I remember
It's
when it was
it is a
in the old
it
location.
is a I say this lovingly, a gringo Mexican restaurant. she's great and she does make great food, but it is steered towards the the I want a wet burrito hacienda style food.
The community that we are in right now.
Correct.
Okay, I see that.
Are we going to be lucky that we're not live broadcasting this where they just hear it and come attack us?
Well, I will say I'm not saying any of this, right? Like
That's
I
right,
was
that's right.
I was very lenient on these ones because some of the 1 stars and 2 stars were kind of just like,
I know why you left the Mayflower off this list.
oh, I had done that already.
We have done the
Oh,
mail.
of course.
okay.
Never mind. I take it back.
I know there's so many places here that I've kind of just thrown in random episodes for like local guests that we've had. We even did a strip club the other we were at Vinyl Tap and I did the strip club.
Oh, Peaches?
No, the torch.
The Torch, okay. I mean,
Essentially the same
I've heard
thing.
of those places.
Hey, put your VIP.
Somebody told me about
Is that a
it.
Put your
gunshot
VR
scar or
Big
a C-section?
Daddies and
Put
Coke
your
Bar?
VIP card back in your wallet.
No, I'm in a dart league. It's one of the stops.
That's one of the stops.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've never actually been there. I've heard of it for years. I think one of my friends from
Yolanda's?
school's family runs it. I have no idea. But yeah, I've never been there. Have you?
Nope.
You never come to Plymouth anyway.
My grandparents are from here. I spent most of my summers down here, so
Whatever, dude. You're lying.
yeah, I'm lying.
All right. So first off is Josebed Espinoza Aguirre.
Oh, I know that guy.
4 stars. Starts us off saying, the place is very big. They serve you right away. The food is very good. They give you complimentary snacks and what you expect, but they don't take long to prepare the food for you.
What's these snacks? Are they just talking
It's
about
just
chips?
chips.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not mad. Give me some chips.
Chips are good.
Is it really that fast?
It's super fast.
It is very fast.
It is. Like,
I
I
don't-
mean,
I don't-
they're all like this, right?
But if it's too fast,
know, you start to wonder.
Right, like,
Was this sitting ready for me?
was it already cooked, or was it one of these things where is it not all the way cooked?
Or either that, or like we go in there and like we all only order the same 3 things
Yeah.
all the time.
And it is a huge place.
Here comes
considering.
that stupid gringo. He's gonna
It
just
used
go
to
to
be down
cheese tacos.
in the strip, like the Plymouth Strip, and they moved over to the best dive bar in Plymouth. That used to be was Wright's Landing, was right there. This probably predates you, but that's where the fights happen. That's where the cocaine was
I
distributed.
remember Wright's Landing.
Do they have a stage?
Yes.
Okay.
They
I've
did.
heard-
Duke Tomato used to play
Yeah.
there.
Ooh.
He plays right here
Scott
across the
Skiles,
street on the
Plymouth. Scott Skiles was a big guy.
Well, I mean, that's the biggest guy from
He is
Plymouth,
the
right?
guy. No, he was a regular. My mom had stories from back in the day about So that's where it is.
We did a whole episode about Scott Skiles, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Actually, one of my beers coming up is going to be named Not Skiles because people ask us when we go play, oh, you're from Plymouth? Do you know Scott Skiles?
No. Yes, I do.
I like how we're all
I get
supposed to know.
tickets.
Yeah. It's crazy how many people remember this stuff. Just the old heads out there who are just.
I'm pretty sure I've seen like that bar you're talking about because I think my cousins obviously are older than me, and I think I've seen pictures of them inside there.
Yeah.
But I wasn't old enough yet.
It
And
was
by
the
time I
party
was there, it was
spot
gone.
back in the day.
They had a great sign too. It was just the tail end of a plane that had crashed into the was it the ocean or just
I don't
on the ground? It was
remember.
just a tail end of a plane. It was so cool.
All right, Jamie Hall with a 5-star says, Yolanda is the best. You must try this place.
Oh, thanks. Nice review. Didn't tell me
Wait,
shit.
did you say must try this place or plate? Is
Place.
there? Okay, I thought you said plate. It's like,
Oh.
is there a picture of something? or-
Maybe the plates are just deep fried tortillas.
That was a great review in that it told us nothing.
It's 5 stars though, so hey.
Must be great.
Lori 3-star says,
Uh-oh.
food is decent and affordable. Drinks are over the moon expensive unless you order a bottle of beer at $4.50. An 8-ounce medium margarita was $10 and not great. Easy and quick for a decent meal. Service is always great.
It sounds like the drinks are super expensive. Even the beer was sounding
that's
pretty
crazy.
expensive.
I don't think I've drank there.
I can't remember. I have, but I don't remember.
An
tried to-
8-ounce margarita
They
for
tried to
$10.
do a bar sort of thing going on there, so this is a little strange, but, margaritas.
Yeah,
Hey, if you're going to get a margarita, you got to go to Vinyl Tap
Yeah.
and get the Drunk with Buds margarita.
All right.
The
Made,
Jarritos.
made with Jarritos.
Oh, excellent. I mean, that's what I buy.
Tahini,
That place-
tahini
When I
on
make
rim.
Palomas
Yolanda's
or something
for
like
me
that,
is
the
a-
Jarritos grapefruit soda.
That's a lunch spot if I get off work early for some reason.
Yeah.
Pop in there.
Oh, hell
So
yeah.
you're only buying one margarita anyway.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully. You know.
You don't know. Don't judge.
Man, it was crazy though, because like we had that Jarritos margarita from Vinyl Tap, but then last night we went to an open house, my cousins whatever, and they had a bar, and my wife got a Jarritos it was a hard Jarritos.
Yes.
But dude, tell me why all they did was put alcohol inside the Jarritos, and then they put sticky ass tahini on the outside of the bottle, all over the bottle.
Oh my god.
Why?
What?
And I was like, what is this shit? It was
did
Bar
you drop
Louie.
this, or,
it was
you
at
know?
Bar Louie. So if you ever go to Bar Louie, don't get the hard Jarritos because it's just
On the
it's
bottle.
a sticky mess.
Just say no tahini, please.
Are you are you
Like,
selling
why
hand sanitizer?
line the rim of a bottle? Because you're not going to get much of the taste. And if you do the whole bottle,
And then
it's
you
not
got,
gonna
why
go-
would you want the stickiness?
Well, maybe at spring break or something.
Are we supposed to lick the bottle?
Whoa, maybe they're trying to get somebody like in the mood. Hey-o.
I mean, you go to Bar Louie,
But
you're
we
trying to get loose.
listen to one of our past episodes. We did 3 of the flavors from the hard Jarritos.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did.
Have to do that. Like that's good soda. I mean,
Yeah.
I use it in mixers or just.
Not as good as Jones soda.
Oh well,
I disagree.
Jones does. They do the Thanksgiving dinner sodas every
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
shit.
We did that at the Tribune once. We all I used to work there, and we got the Jones Thanksgiving dinner sodas, and we actually did the suicide with all of the mashed potatoes, the turkey and gravy, the cranberry sauce soda.
I went to school with Tom Moore's son, the Tribune.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Bill Moore.
Or, yeah,
Bill
so
Moore's son,
You
Tom. I went to
school
school
with
with Tom.
I haven't seen Tom in years.
I think
hope he's.
he's still working for the Tribune. I
Is
think.
he? Okay, I don't get up there as much.
Yeah, because it's
Tom
not
was
Marshall
great.
County.
No, it's not. But he worked there when I worked there. I used to see him all the time.
Well, fuck yeah.
So, hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
You're listening.
Hey, we're gonna just shout out Clay alum. You know, like
Hey, how's it
R.I.P. John Cornell just passed. You know, hit the shot to put the Clay Colonials into the win.
Yeah, I saw that.
1994.
Gosh,
He
that's too
died
bad.
at 49.
Ooh. Jeez.
Well, Sandy Mills 5-star says,
Oh, way to pick us up.
the food was amazing and the margaritas were to die for. I would highly recommend this restaurant, and the service was very friendly and fast.
Oh, fast. The margaritas are so expensive and small that you die. Okay, got it.
Actually, what I like about that place, and again, when Yolanda first opened down the street, as opposed to where she is now, like you go in there and she'd be standing right there, like,
So it's just a lady.
like she was waiting for you, and she just throw her arms out, hola, you know, she'd say hello.
That's
and
awesome.
It was great. You were just happy to be there.
Well, Wendy Hudson gives it 2 stars.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
She says,
The meat.
Tom knows her.
So,
I've eaten here less than a handful of times only because I've tried to give it another shot each time I've gone. The food is less than desirable. The margaritas are not very good at all. Service is slow, and the chips are not good, nor is the salsa. I know it's a family-ran business, and I wish them the best. I give it 2 stars because our waitress has always been sweet.
wow.
So it would have been worse.
She was going to rate it a 1.
It was going to be worse. So, like, the opposite of everyone else's reviews so far. The food was
Yeah.
slow,
I feel
not
like the-
good.
Yeah. How
And the
does that
2
happen?
stars was only for the waitress, so that means they wanted to give it 0.
And less than a handful of times, so you've gone, like, twice?
Yeah,
Like,
what, it's less than a
Yeah,
handful.
what is? Yeah.
5?
Man, maybe it's you.
Whoa.
Yeah, Wendy.
Yeah.
TJ Pratt, 2 stars, says, 2 stars. There was broken glass in my frozen margarita. I spit it out on my napkin along with the blood and showed them. They ran off with the glass and made a new one, and I was still charged for the drink. The food was amazing and the service was great, other than chewing on glass and paying for it.
Well, the food might have tasted amazing because you were donating some blood to it.
Chewing on the glass.
Nom, nom, nom.
Wow. That's a new. I've seen some reviews.
I
but
would
that's a new
definitely
one.
not be charged for that margarita, but
No.
Yeah.
Yolanda did respond. She apologized for that and offered to make it right, so good on her. But it was a little longer. I wasn't going to actually include all
I mean,
of it.
like, that happens, right? Like, it's just a part of the restaurant biz. There's just things that are going to happen. A chipped glass you didn't realize in the dishwasher or something like that. But yeah, I don't know why it wasn't just automatic. This one, your drink is on the house. Hell, your meal is on the
whole
house.
thing.
I saw a guy come into a restaurant, and I was there, and he ordered wings, and he's eating the wings, and I don't know what. I think this guy was angling for a free meal, right? So he was like, "Oh, I was eating these wings, and my tooth came out," and they're like, "Okay." They're like, the wings are too hard. And I was like, what the hell, what are you
How is
talking
that
about?
possible?
Did you bite the bone? Do you know how to eat chicken wings? And like they comped the guy's meal, and he was like, all right, he's out of here. And I was like, okay, well, he was doing that. But I was like a Twilight Zone episode. It was insane.
Well, how far is too far? Like you get a burger or a steak or something, and it's not cooked the way you want, right? How much eating is too far to send it back?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen people send him back at 3/4 cooked. Like, it wasn't the way I wanted, but you ate 3/4 of it. So, like,
Right,
it's
you
not
should've
like
figured it out.
you've committed.
Yeah.
And like, is it 1 bite, 2 bites? Where's the line? Where you would put it? Like, is it half gone? You're like, I can't finish this because I tried so hard.
Yeah, like there was my wife and I went to a restaurant once. We got guacamole. It was and there was a rubber band in the tuna
no, he
salad
hates
guacamole.
you.
You just don't like any.
I don't like avocados.
Things,
I like mole. I like mole.
is
It's
good,
great.
okay. But yeah, there was a rubber band in the guac, and so we're like, well, hey, there's a little rubber band here, so we got free guac, and
Hell,
it wasn't that.
hell
It
yeah.
had to have come out
Obviously
of the
it was
hair,
around
right?
the
Like someone.
cilantro. No, it looked like
Like a
one of those
yeah.
blue supermarket rubber bands.
Oh, okay.
Now a Band-Aid would be a different
Oh,
story.
that-
Why'd you bring that up?
Yeah, I know.
You could have said anything else.
It's like it's all free, and I'm still
A
going.
toothpick was not good. But
I will say I had one time where I went to Caracas Bistro in Mishawaka.
Shout out, great place.
So
Yeah,
good.
great place.
So
is
good.
You want to die from food?
Yeah.
the
Too
dessert,
much food?
The dessert drink.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, the
god!
dessert.
The portion
I'm putting a
sizes.
whole cake on top of a shake.
American portion sizes. At
Yeah,
that place.
but
And then the sandwiches. I mean,
oh my god!
Shut
dude,
up!
yeah.
You can't talk about
Yeah,
sandwiches.
That sandwich is so good.
No one said the papito.
That's what I was. That's the
Yeah,
sandwich
man.
I was eating that one
Yeah.
night, and I took a bite, dude, and my filling fell out. Because then I didn't realize it, but I was like, oh, oh shit, something happened. I tried to keep eating it, but I was just like, something just went wrong in my
Homer
mouth.
Simpson with the world's largest hoagie. I can't stay mad at you.
I know. I was like, something went wrong. I can't eat this. I have to go to the fucking dentist right now because it literally took it out. I could feel the inside. You know what I mean?
But
I
was
like,
it
"Oh, I gotta
already
go."
coming out, or did the sandwich cause?
I don't know.
Okay, so
Do you know
you're
what I mean?
in-
I
you're-
had no idea.
You're in the.
But he
you're in
blamed the
world.
restaurant to get a free meal.
No,
Why
I
not?
didn't. No, I didn't.
Right place at the right time.
Yeah, it was just a malfunction of,
Your mouth.
it was in there for years. So it was due.
That reminds me of the last time I went to Flat Top Grill when they still existed. They burned my dinner, and it's like first bite, okay, it's a little brown. That happens on a grill, and I started like kind of picking through it, and it's like everything's burned. I call the manager over. It's like, hey, this food is burned. I'm not paying for this. He's like, well, you can't just pick around the burn parts. I'm like, do you have a 9-year-old working the grill, buddy? 'Cause that's what I tell the fine
It's a whole
around.
job.
Pick around.
Just pick around the burn
How about
parts,
this?
buddy.
You take it back and you pick it. I'm not
yeah.
doing work here.
That's crazy. Can you just pick around it? All right, Philip Long, 5-star, says, this is the last one, y'all. Fantastic service and food. Server was really friendly and attentive. Food tasted great. Best sit-down Mexican restaurant in Plymouth.
What's the competition?
We have Hacienda. I feel
There's
like.
some-
Not Mexican.
Honestly,
right?
there's some good stuff here.
Do we
There
agree?
is,
Do we
yeah.
agree that Hacienda is not Mexican?
Does not count.
I don't think it.
I like Hacienda, not Mexican.
Mila's is probably the most famous around here.
Yep.
It's like a taqueria, like
But
traditional.
They, since they have new owners, is it still good? I
it's
haven't been there.
it might have lost half a step. It's still
Yeah.
there.
It's still pretty
Yeah.
solid. They bought the recipe.
What about your trucks? Don't you guys have some good
There's a lot
trucks?
of trucks.
A lot of
There's
trucks,
3 or 4
and they
trucks
are
around
good.
here, and
Oh, yeah, dude,
they're
they're
all
awesome.
great. Actually, there's a place that just opened, like literally right down the block down here, called Maria's, and it's just a taqueria. He's great. I mean, he's making some cool stuff.
They've
Sopas
always
and-
got menudo in a pot somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. Not the
This is
band.
the only guy.
If
eating
not
you
it.
not the
really
band Menudo.
no, not the band menudo, the stew menudo. So if once you can get past the texture of tripe, so as long as you can eat cow stomach, then it's pretty good. I mean, it's.
Hey
but
man,
they-
I like lingua.
But their chilaquiles, their
the
huevos
the
rancheros for
chilaquiles in the
breakfast.
breakfast is outrageous.
And then there's another one on the north end of town called Mi Camino that has an incredibly intense cult-like following here.
Yeah.
Sounds like
who go
Yolanda's
there,
has got
You
some
might
love
get
it.
you might get
potential.
shot walking in the door.
You know what's crazy
Just for
about
fun.
Mi Caminos is they actually banned my family once.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Now you
Because
gotta tell the story.
yeah, well, so
Okay.
we used to have parties there, like birthdays.
It's a
celebrating,
huge
literally
place.
anything.
Yeah.
But since now, it was like the people didn't like us because I guess apparently we didn't tip. But I wasn't in charge of that, right? I was a kid back then. I didn't know anything about tipping, nothing. Well, then I guess they thought it was gratuity, and I think it said gratuity on there. But then they didn't tip, and they said, "You guys never tip, so you guys are barred or banned, or whatever." So we're like, what the fuck?
That's messed up.
So then they said we couldn't have that big of groups anymore, and I'm pretty sure that's probably why they have that limit of groups at their place now.
that kind of was the place to go for that sort of stuff because they have a huge menu and they serve
Yeah.
burgers and stuff. if
And
you
it's
don't
just a
like
big place.
It's just a
Yeah.
big spot, yeah.
I thought your
Used to be
story.
at Damon's Ribs.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's
time
funny.
ago.
Balloon
that-
Works.
It's just crazy because I went to school with someone that his parents owns the other one over there that you were talking about, maybe Yolanda's. Then we got another friend that I know that her family owns another Mexican restaurant. It's a little bit smaller by the high school. And then
Oh yeah, the
I don't
Monteverde.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if it's open still, but
It's probably changed hands. now.
Yeah.
But
it's-
then Mila's, I also graduated with the chick. Her family owned it at the first time.
oh, Evelyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they switched, and then Mi Camino, I know those guys. So it's just crazy that I graduated or went to school with the people that fucking run the Mexican restaurants here.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, and that's when I say that when I lovingly describe it as gringo Mexican food.
Yeah.
Like Mi Camino comes up.
I
They
agree.
can make traditional food, but a lot of the food that they're making is, the wet burrito and this sort of
Yeah.
stuff you get in.
No,
I agree.
I thought the end of your story about Mi Camino was like they banned you, and you're like you came back as an adult later,
They
and
remembered.
they had a picture up on your family there, and like, no, you get out.
Yeah.
I was a kid.
We've digitally aged this picture every year.
We put a beard on a child. He looks just like this.
Like I said, I know the guy, so then he knows my family, and he knows that he did that. And then so he would see me, he goes, oh, yeah, this is fine. That we have little groups. I can still go there. I just can't go with all of my cousins and aunts and everything. Yeah. I was like, okay, that's fine. That makes sense. I wasn't a part
so
of it.
which
but
side of the
whatever.
family are we mad at? We won't invite them,
Yeah,
and we'll just talk about them the whole time.
Exactly.
They got a notebook in the back, like, don't give this guy. His mom sucks.
It's funny though because they all live in Plymouth and I don't, so it's like I'm gonna go there and I better get some fucking food. I traveled here,
I traveled here. I'm gonna go walk in with him. I'm not with him.
so there you have it. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go try Yolanda's or maybe Maria's now that you guys told me
Yeah,
about
hit
that one.
Maria's.
Oh, Maria's is awesome.
All right, never mind. Fuck Yolanda. I'm just
Whoa,
kidding. I'm just playing. I'm just
whoa,
kidding. I'm
whoa,
just
whoa,
playing.
whoa.
Oh, I was joking.
Family restaurant.
I know. I was joking. I'm joking. I'm joking, Yolanda. I heard you're great. I've always heard about it, but never managed to stop on in. And since this is my hometown, I'm often here. Maybe I'll find out how it is. I'm always down for Mexican food and, of course, beers and margaritas on the side. So you can either check it out for yourself like I will or not. You know I never give a shit what you do. All right, back to you, Bruce.
Hey everybody, it's time to have some fun and
Hey,
talk
there,
about
Bruce.
this beer. So, Powers, are you ready for this heartfelt?
I am ready. Just throw it at me. Like
All
you
right,
said.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Yo.
Okay, I really liked it. There's something to simplicity on something like less is more. I don't want it to have more body. I think it's in the sweet spot for where it needs to be. To me, it might be in a different beer once it bodies up a little bit. I like the slight roastiness. I like the slight dark chocolate. I think it's really easy to drink. You can slam this down. I think this is Honer brought it up. I think it is a perfect transitional stout / porter for somebody who turns their nose up to those kind of dark beers and be like, start with this one. It's going to be closer to the lighter beers on like the feel, and you get used to the taste, and then you can branch out into your thicker and or more robust flavors.
Happy to have a gateway drug for people.
That's right.
There you go. You're the marijuana of Owner.
I don't know. I feel like if I was introduced to it, I would probably stay in this area because it tastes better than stouts do for me. So like I'm okay with this, porters or whatever, but I think this is a perfect middle ground that I can see myself staying at.
Okay.
Like if I had this, at a store or something like that, I'd be like, okay, you know what, I'm feeling a stout for like the winter or something like that. And yeah, I'd choose this because then I know I'm playing it a little safe, but I'm also enjoying the taste and flavor of it. It's really good. I'm going to give it a 4.5 as well. For a stout.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Or like just to add one thing before time goes, I think the optimum time for me to drink this is spring fall. I think I wouldn't want it something more on stick to your ribs in the winter, and then it's on the verge of being light enough. I would drink it during the summer, but I feel like when it's just like that northern Indiana, is it cool? Is it cold? Is it warm? Kind of like
Is it all of those things?
all those things
once?
at once.
Wait 3
it's the
hours.
perfect time for that. Like I also, we talked about boat beers earlier, right? There's another type of beer that we don't say too often. I think this is a campfire beer.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Like
I love
fall,
campfire
not
beer.
winter campfire. The leaves are rustling. You get the fire out. You're with friends, and you're out in the wilderness. I think this is a good sipper with that.
I agree with that.
I'm going to go 4.5 as well. I mean, that beer is as close to a Guinness as you're going to get without some really tricky technical work. And it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, put that in a nitro. Maybe you'll get that.
I mean, honestly, that's the next step for that one.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a 4.5 as well. That's, again, a fantastic
Hey-o.
beer.
I'll take it.
And you can't rank it. Ha, 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 ha.
I can't.
What a loser.
1 million points.
Not powered anymore.
Brazilian. And it will be available at JA. And if you're listening to this after JA, too bad. Maybe I'll make more.
Yeah, this will drop like Saturday or something like that. So
Okay.
So after JA, right? So
We
JA's
can
Friday.
retrospect. We should. We'll put these on the menu that we did these at the thing, and then you can loop back around and say, "Oh, I had that beer." We talked about
There
it.
you go. Yeah, featured on DWB.
That'll work.
All right, so I just want to give a little quick shout out before we shout out you guys. The Final Tap and Table, our last sponsor, they have great burgers, which is not a sandwich, as we know. They also have chicken sandwiches. When no one did like Nashville hot chicken sandwich,
It's
no
very
one
tempting.
said like the Chick-fil-A sandwiches, Popeyes. You really need to study sandwiches there, Mr. Powers.
I have
leave
studied
out his-
sandwiches so much. I have now. I am building sandwiches you've never heard of with
shit.
condiments you can't understand.
That's right. That's right.
You can take your metaphysical sandwiches and keep them.
He has concepts of a sandwich.
Just think about that sandwich, and that's what you get. The thought. So they're up in Mishawaka. They have some of the best burgers. But the thing I like the most from them is their wings. Their wings are to die for. And second best is their Baja chicken mac and cheese. If you get there, eat it, tell Sean that Bud sent you. You know, and you want to order on their online app or their delivery system and use the promo code DRUNKWITHBUDS, no spaces. You get 15% off your order.
Get you a Turbo Mag, Baja Turbo Mag. Oh my God.
There's at least one guy that uses our promo code, and then he just picks it up there, and then he sits down and just eats it because he wants the 15% off, but you don't get it. If you,
Hey, that's a smart move.
That's a good idea.
all right, so hey, thanks guys for being on. I hope you guys have fun.
You guys
Yeah,
got
thanks for
anything
having
you
us.
want to promote?
Yeah, we loved it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, JA this weekend.
That's-
Coming up on Friday.
It'll probably be on the episode release date.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
That's
So it was-
unfortunate.
It's like,
However,
if you
it
saw
is.
us at JA, thank you for coming by. And we're coming up at numerous other.
It'll be a while. We got a
Be a
quiet
little
summer. It's Hops and Coaster Drops is the next.
Hops and Coaster Drops, which is the weekend after Labor Day at
Yeah.
Indiana Beach. The rides
Be
are
there
still
or
open,
be square.
so unlimited samples of alcohol and roller coasters. What could possibly?
And it's more than just beer. There's wine, there's slushies, there's whiskey, vodka sometimes.
There's good times.
Always those.
See us early because we always run out.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true, yeah.
We get run over.
That's
that
not a
place.
threat.
If you're at Hops and Coaster Drops, remember this: there are drink tents underneath the roller coasters off the main drag.
Yep.
There were people that were showing up at like the end of it, like we didn't know you guys were back. There's like 14 tents back there, and they had no idea the whole event. And then like last year we were, would we call that Munchkin Land at the very end of the Skyway?
Fairyland.
I always
or
find it
whatever.
weird that they have like beer and alcohol tents in the Kitty Land.
It was crazy. And like a lot of people didn't go that far, and they would walk in there and like, what the where?
But there's no children during this event, so like they don't have to worry about that. Just grown men and women
for the season. So yeah, it's all
awesome.
adults.
I mean, it seems crazy to drive down there, but do it.
It's really fun.
Now this didn't happen last year, unfortunately, but there's been a couple years because we've been in the places we've been there, except for 1 year, was kind of kiddie land or fairyland or whatever where kids would be. So there's a train that runs through the whole park, and we have served the train. Because it goes by at like half a mile an hour, and it was a blast. So we would stop serving the people.
We would
at our
just
table.
lighter dark, and we'd go grab them a beer and run them over.
And that was a blast. And then there was 1 year, just for whatever reason, they didn't have anybody running the train, which was too bad. But you know,
I think it'd been fun if they put a tent inside the haunted house.
Dude, that haunted house is legit there. We did that last year. And I was like, this punches way above
it's like,
weight.
I am sideways. Why? Like,
very cool.
The room of like the 19 doors that lead to nowhere.
Yeah. I'm just standing there with a keg like, who wants a beer?
Yeah.
Well, this will help you not navigate your way through, but at least it'll taste good.
Not sober, you know.
Can you imagine if like the balcony tips?
That's the guy standing there. Yeah, that's us for the rest of the year, basically, right?
Yeah, and then in the fall, in October, there's those MFOB.
Maybe we'll give you the medal at Coaster Drops since you guys are not committed to Mega's event yet.
And then we're always willing to pick something up if something pops up.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds. Like Frigid Digits was a pickup this year.
That was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
All right, so Honer, what's wrap us out?
Oh shit! All right, free for profit, hard bouncy trap type beat, Genghis Flow 3 by Kala on YouTube.
All right, Tom, hit it.
What's going on? What's going on? I'm just wondering what's going on. I'm popping all around like I got a flow, and I don't know what's happening, but Genghis going all around like he got a flow 3. Wait, what? I don't know, man. I just hanging out with Mike and Tom. And Bruce, I guess, but that's what I'm doing, and I'm spitting on these rhymes, and this sounds Arabic, and I think it's cool, but that's a little rhythmic, and I like that shit, but I don't know how to go with it, man. What?
It's just simple arithmetic.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Stay so fucking sexy.